Pi network is continuing to build the essential foundations that will power its future digital economy. And one of the most important components currently attracting massive attention is Pi DEX, the network's decentralized exchange now active on the Pi Testnet. While many pioneers have heard about Pi DEX or have already experimented with it on Testnet, a large number still do not fully understand what it really is, how it operates, and why it remains in the testnet stage. In reality, Pi DEX is one of the core pillars of Pi's upcoming DeFi ecosystem and will eventually become the beating heart of Pi's promise to create a fully community-driven blockchain economy. Pi DEX is built on technology, meaning an automated market maker system that uses liquidity pools instead of order books like traditional exchanges. This design allows users to swap tokens instantly without waiting for matching buyers and sellers. It is fast, decentralized, simple to use, and keeps full control in the wallet of the user. For this reason, Pi DEX and technology form a crucial part of Pi's DeFi foundation, and these components will play a major role once Open Mainnet arrives. On Pi DEX, users can perform various actions such as swapping tokens, immediately adding or removing liquidity from pools, or creating their own tokens and testing them safely on Testnet. Because the entire system runs on Testnet currency, no one can lose real value, which makes it a perfect learning environment for millions of pioneers to understand DeFi tools before they interact with real assets. This prepares users, developers, and entrepreneurs to build strong and innovative financial tools for the future Pi Mainnet economy. When comparing Pi DEX to traditional centralized exchanges, CEXs, the differences become very clear. In a DEX, your funds remain entirely in your own wallet and are managed directly by smart contracts on the blockchain, making everything transparent and trustless. In a CEX, however, the platform controls your money internally, creating a centralized system that relies on human management and private back-end operations. Pi DEX removes these dependencies and gives full power back to the user. Another key feature is that liquidity in a DEX is provided by the community itself, and the providers earn a portion of the fees generated from token swaps. In a CEX, the exchange provides liquidity and collects all fees. This means Pi DEX is built for the people, rewarding participation from pioneers rather than benefiting a private company. In addition, Pi DEX allows developers to create their own tokens instantly and freely: gaming tokens, governance tokens, utility tokens, event tokens, marketplace tokens, and many more without paying listing fees or asking for permission. It is a true open innovation platform. Many people ask why Pi DEX is still on Testnet. The reason is simple but extremely important. Pi network has not yet opened the new mainnet economy, and launching DeFi too early would expose the ecosystem to dangerous price manipulation, incorrect market pricing, premature speculation, and unregulated token activity. Testnet protects the economy while Pi completes its controlled open network process. Another major reason is education. Pi wants almost 100 million pioneers to understand how DeFi works before they begin using it with real value on mainnet. People need time to learn about liquidity pools, impermanent laws, slippage, smart contracts, and the best ways to avoid costly mistakes. Testnet is a safe environment where nothing real can be lost. Testnet also gives developers enough time to build and test their applications. They can design tokens, test AMM behavior, integrate DeFi tools, and create secure systems before mainnet opens. By the time Pi fully launches globally, the ecosystem will already have multiple high-quality projects ready to go, making Pi's economic infrastructure stronger and more useful from day one. Another common question is whether Pi DEX will allow users to convert Pi into fiat currency like bank money. The answer is no, because a DEX cannot interact with fiat systems. Fiat conversion requires banks, legal compliance, identity verification, and regulated financial institutions. In the future, once Pi mainnet is open, fiat on-ramps and off-ramps will likely to be provided by companies like Banza, Transact, and other licensed payment processors. There is also a strong possibility that Pi-based stablecoins such as PiUSD or PiSGD could appear later through ecosystem development. Large centralized exchanges may also consider listing Pi after the full mainnet launch. In a wider view, Pi DEX represents a major step forward for Pi's long-term economic vision. It shows that Pi is not just preparing a digital coin, but building a complete financial structure that will be ready for global use. When mainnet fully opens, Pi will already have its own decentralized exchange, its own community-driven liquidity, and its own innovation environment for developers and businesses. Right now, pioneers need to understand that DeFi on Pi is still in the testing phase, but everything being built today on Testnet will form the economic engine that powers the real Pi network of tomorrow.